Hi again, everybody. It's Jacob from Wiffle Breakers. Today we have 10 boxes of Topps 206. This is 2023. This is what they're calling the low series. Low series usually indicates that there's going to be a high series. We got 10 boxes of the new 4-pack version. So I'm hoping that this is one or two releases, and that's it. I like that version better. I was on board in 2020 when they did the 5 waves, but then they bumped it to 10 waves. I couldn't keep up, so I'm a fan of this style. If they do one series and then a second series, I will be a buyer. So let's get into some 2023 Topps 206. Alex Verdugo, Kris Bryant, Wilson Contreras, Willie Adames, Ronald Acuna Jr., Spencer Steer rookie, Vinny Pasquantino rookie, Buddy Kennedy, Jackie Robinson, Juan Gonzalez, and Carlos Rodon as a Yankee. These are all the base backs. Piedmont, Kris Bryant, and then the Morton back. The Bryant has the flags across the back, so that's obviously an extra variation. So I got 8 base and then 3 back variations, or I guess the Bryant isn't really a back, it's a front. I don't know all the variations. That'll be fun to go through once I'm done. I literally have done 0 research, so even if I pull one that's like rare, I will have no idea. Ezequiel Tovar, Dustin Pedroia, Mookie Betts, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Ketel Marte, Randy Rosarena, Fred Lynn, Stephen Kwan, O'Neal Cruz, and Nolan Arenado. So it looks like they put the rarer versions on the top this time. Ezequiel Tovar and Pedroia. The Tovar is a polar bear. Pedroia is the most common variation in the Piedmont. I know that because it's been that way for all iterations of it. Nico Horner, Jacob deGrom, again with the flags in the back, and a wood parallel of Lou Piniella. All right. I believe these are, they're not serial number, but I believe the print run on these is 20. I'll take those. I think that's awesome. Brandon Marsh, Kyle Wright, Justin Verlander, Jordan Alvarez, Francisco Lindor, Brandon Nimmo, Wilson Contreras. Excuse me, Wilson. I think I said Wilson twice. The other one is William Contreras, David Ortiz, and then Brandon Marsh. Is this one different? It's a full background. I'm going to have to look at Marsh's other cards. You see how that's a scenery background, and this is a solid color background. I'll have to look at those. A UZIT back on the Horner, and then deGrom was the variation. Man, these are going to be fun to sort through. Cannot wait. Cody Bellinger, Brian Hayes, Lee Smith, Jim Catt, Gunnar Henderson rookie, Spencer Torkelson, Tim Raines, Sonny Gray, Barry Zito, and Ahmed Rosario. Polar bear and a Piedmont on the variations of that. It will be a fun project to go through all the backs, find the rarities. I saved a someone made a chart of the expected print run. It's hard to say because I think there's 30 packs total. So they have the print run based on the 30 packs and the pack odds of these. But since a lot of these aren't going to be serial numbered, it's just a guess. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Masataka Yoshida with the background, Carlos Rodon, Kerry Carpenter rookie, Randy Rosarena, Evan Longoria, Michael Massey rookie, Ian Happ, Nico Horner, Josh Smith, and Andy Pettit. Based on the backs of a lot of these being solid, Carolina Brights on that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Based on a lot of the backs being solid, I don't think there was anything special with that Brandon Marsh. It is convenient that they put them on the top, so you know the first 2 or 3 cards are your money card. Well, I shouldn't say money cards. They are your variations. Francisco Lindor, William Contreras, Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani is a Piedmont. Lindor is a polar bear. Lou Piniella, Seiya Suzuki, Blake Snell, Andres Jimenez, Rafael Palmeiro, Adley Rutschman, Miguel Vargas, and Kris Bryant. These still are unnumbered. Makes the sorting process a little harder, but it does pay homage to the original set. Jacob deGrom, Bobby Witt Jr., J.P. Crawford, Kenley Jansen, Gunnar Henderson, Cody Bellinger, Willie Stargell, Tristan Casas rookie, Nolan Ryan, Brandon Marsh, and Jackie Robinson. There was another Marsh that does have that solid background. Piedmont, Witt variation, then the polar bear of Jacob deGrom. Jared Walsh. Hey, Brett Beatty, rookie auto. I do have 10 of these. I was hoping to pull at least 2 autos. They are supposed to be 1 in 3 boxes, I believe. But there's a Brett Beatty rookie auto. Sweet. Sonny Gray, Piedmont. Drew Gooden, and by Drew I do mean Doc Gooden, Jimmy Rollins, Mark McGuire, William Contreras, Buster Posey, Tristan Casas, Wilson Contreras, and O'Neill Cruz. They put both Contrerases in there to really test me on that one. I knew the Gray was a Piedmont, Beatty is an auto, and then the Polar Bear Walsh. I do have the cool tobacco sleeves. I will sleeve up that Beatty later. For now, I'm just going to keep rolling, save you guys the time. No one wants to see that. Is that perforated? Could I actually open it there? I think it's just for design. Yeah, can't even open it there. I'm okay with that. Is there 5 packs? No, there's only 4. Okay. I got really excited. I was like, if there's an extra pack, it has to have something special. No. Nolan Arenado. Hey, yo. O'Neill Cruz, 1 of 1. I want to say that's the city variation in Pittsburgh. They are known for their yellow bridges. So I assume, and Steel, of course, Steel City. I assume that's what they're trying to represent on this card. So O'Neill Cruz, 1 of 1. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Awesome. Willie Stargell. Back to the reality. Carlos Rodon, Brett Beatty, Mel Ott, Al Kaline, Luis Arias, Joey Votto, Andy Pettit, and Ron Goodry. Basebacks. Stargell and Arenado were my variations there. Polar Bear and a Piedmont. But I just said I'm not going to sleeve to save you guys the act of me sleeving, but I gotta throw a 1 of 1 in a sleeve, right? O'Neill Cruz. I don't know the exact terminology, and I apologize for that. City background variation. That's what I'm going to go with for now. I will have to look at the exact wording. But that's, I believe I will rank that as funsies. That is funsies. Prince Fielder. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Matthew Libator rookie, Rod Carew, Dylan Carlson, Jim Catt, Gunnar Henderson, Mark McGuire, Tim Raines, George Kirby, and Carlos Rodon. All right, we got a Piedmont. That was the Libator. I believe this is called the missing black plate because it is still colored. I can still read it. It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's our second more rare variation of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And then the Polar Bear Prince Fielder. Will be interesting to, once I get familiarized with the rarity of these, I will do my own research. It might build the rainbow of someone. You know, obviously if I can track down some of the rare variations right away. Paul Goldschmidt, Shohei Ohtani. I remember the one before is not him pitching, so that I believe is an image variation. Jared Walsh, Willie Adames, William Contreras, Jackie Robinson, Tristan Casas, Ricky Henderson as a Blue Jay, Nolan Ryan, Brian Servant rookie, and Tony Gwynn. So because the back is not varied on that Shohei, I do believe it's just an image variation, and it's up to your own due diligence to track down the image variations. All right, this is the last pack of box 3. We have an image variation of Ohtani, a 1 of 1 O'Neill Cruz, and an autograph. If there were no other cards in these 7 boxes, if they were all empty, I think I would still consider this break a win. There's the Ohtani with the bat, with the glove, and the ball. Masataka Yoshida, George Springer. Those are going to be my variations. Jose Abreu, Willie Stargell, Buster Posey, Sean Manaea, Miguel Vargas, Brian Hayes, Mookie Betts, and Ted Williams. Here's another interesting thing on the Shohei Ohtani. It says American National. We're through 3 boxes, and this is the first one of these, so I assume, again, we're looking at a more rare variation. And it couldn't happen to a better name, Shohei Ohtani, Piedmont, and then the Yoshida parallel, or front variation. It has the flags on the front. Again, if I open these 7 boxes and they're empty, I will feel like I got my fair share of these. But we still have 7 boxes to open, and they're not going to be empty. So what is going on? Barry Zito, Stephen Kwan, and Acuna. Anthony Rizzo, Tyler Glasnow, Jared Walsh, Travis Swaggerty, Randy Johnson, Blake Snell, Chris Bryant, and Teoscar Hernandez. Piedmont, Quan, Polar Bear. Get it together. They're tiny packs. My hands are a little too big. Xander Bogaerts, Tim Raines, Corbin Carroll, first Corbin Carroll sighting, Clayton Kershaw, George Brett, George Kirby, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Chapman, Don Mattingly, and Mark McGuire. For the most part, that was a lot of new players. So the first couple boxes had a lot of repeats. Piedmont and Polar Bear on the Bogaerts. But 150 card set? Is that right? I think so. I think it's 150 cards. Kyle Wright. The I want to say it's T205, but I think it's just 205. Insert of Roger Clemens. That was a Polar Bear, Kyle Wright. Piedmont, Lindor. And then we're into Joey Votto, Carlos Rodon, Shohei Ohtani, Justin Verlander, Tristan Casas, Masataka Yoshida, Bryce Harper, and Rafael Palmeiro. Kerry Carpenter, rookie. Andres Jimenez, Luis Arias, Jimmy Rollins, Willie Adames, Cody Bellinger, Brian Hayes, Nolan Ryan, Buster Posey, and Cecil Fielder. Use it. Kerry Carpenter, use it back. Andres Jimenez, Piedmont. So I don't think I've had a single box with 2 Piedmont. It's been a most common occurrence is Polar Bear and Piedmont. I think that's the second use it. I've only seen 1 American National, 1 Morton, 1 City Variation. That's crazy. I can't believe that. 1 Wood, 1 T205. We'll start to see repeaters on the backs, I'm sure. Buster Posey, Chris Bryant Variation, Miguel Vargas rookie, Anthony Rizzo, Ricky Henderson, Juan Gonzalez, Bryce Harper, Jeff McNeil, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bartolo Colon, and Craig Biggio. Piedmont Variation back. And there's another Morton. See? Start doubling up on some of these. It's a Morton Posey back. DeGrom. Jacob DeGrom. No way. Look at this. I got 5 boxes to go. I'm 2 1-of-1s in. Holy shnikes. I don't use the term I'm shaking because I'm not normally shaking, but I did just get the chills. The chills just ran through me. Ahmed Rosario is my other variation. Randy Rosarena, Bo Naylor rookie, Seiya Suzuki, Sonny Gray, Lou Piniella, Dustin Pedroia, Julio Urias, and Dylan Cease. Wow. Somebody somewhere who bought probably 40 packs and had a very average break is going to watch this video and curse the name. Jacob from Wiffle Breakers has magical, tiny little hands. Handles the 1-of-1s of Topps 206 very well. This is insane. I'm not even halfway through. Polar Bear and a Piedmont. Absolutely nuts. Francisco Lindor, 205, David Ortiz insert, Justin Verlander. Jordan Groshans, Buddy Kennedy, Christopher Morel, Kerry Carpenter, Rod Carew, O'Neal Cruz, Phil Niekro, and Brian Hayes. I said it, Phil Niekro, and I just wanted to be sure. I'm pretty sure he had a brother that played. Piedmont, David Ortiz, 205, and then UZIT, Francisco Lindor. Nathaniel Lowe, Masataka Yoshida, Jackie Robinson, Jared Walsh, Ted Williams, Ketel Marte, Spencer Strider, George Kirby, Michael Massey, Spencer Steer rookie, and Miguel Vargas rookie. Piedmont, Yoshida Variation, Polar Bear. Ah, my goodness. I can't. I can't believe that. Is that the Ty Cobb back? Yeah. I didn't even flip it over. I couldn't believe what was happening, what was in my hand. Ty Cobb back. That is the original 1/1 version that they used for 2020. Was the Ty Cobb. Honus Wagner, Randy Rosarena, and Rod Carew. I want to assume that Wagner is probably a short print. Phil Necro, Sonny Gray, Jose Abreu. I'm like at a loss for words. Jimmy Rollins, Dylan Carlson, Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, and Jazz Chisholm. Piedmont, Randy Rosarena, and I have no idea the variations of the Honus Wagner, but that is a UZIT back Honus Wagner. I don't know what to do with my hands. Insane. Kyle Wright, Jazz Chisholm, and Seiya Suzuki. Jordan Groshans, Tony Gwynn, Alex Verdugo, George Brett, Anthony Rizzo, Zach Greinke, Joey Meneses rookie, and Carlos Rodon. I think that's the first time I've seen Meneses. Chisholm variation and Polar Bear. So when you get the third, well, I shouldn't say that. That was just a use it with a flag parallel. So I have no idea. Michael Harris II, Giancarlo Stanton, and Sean Manaea. Harmon Killebrew, Ezekiel Tovar, Brandon Nimmo, Anthony Rendon, Andy Pettit, Jordan Alvarez, Gunnar Henderson, and Tony Oliva. Polar Bear, Giancarlo Stanton flag, and Michael Harris. Is that maybe an image variation? I don't think we've pulled another Harris. Is it just out of place, potentially? It might have just been out of place, because here's the Harmon Killebrew. That was the fourth card. That's a Piedmont. I'm going to set it in with the variations to just keep an eye out for Michael Harris. See if that's a different back or if it was just out of order in the pack. It's always a possibility. We can't trust tops to be perfect. Prince Fielder. Tony Oliva auto. I was hoping for 2. There's number 2, Tony Oliva. Lou Piniella. Brian Wilson. He's in here as an auto as well. Matthew Libator, Miguel Vargas, Bobby Witt Jr., Brandon Crawford, Jackie Robinson, Joey Meneses, and Jose Abreu. Come here. Can't grab him. That's a use it on the Prince Fielder. Tony Oliva autograph and Lou Piniella Piedmont. Whew. So based on what has happened so far, I think you're going to see me open maybe 50 high series boxes. And maybe they do a low series, mid series, and high series. If there's a mid or a high series, I'll be on board. I'll be opening a lot. We'll just put it that way. Jimmy Rollins, Shohei Ohtani. Again, he's pitching this time. Image variation. A Wood. Brett Beatty is the guy of the break. Wood, Brett Beatty. Royce Lewis. Luis Arraez. Christopher Morale. Andy Pettit. Dylan Cease. Juan Gonzalez. Brandon Nimmo. And Kenley Jansen. I'm stressed out. I'm gonna miss something. I'm just kind of at a loss for everything that's happened so far. Jimmy Rollins, blank back. I don't know how rare the blank backs are, but there's a Jimmy Rollins. Shohei Ohtani, what I assume is just a straight up image variation. The second one of those, a wooden Brett Beatty to go with the Beatty autograph. Royce Lewis. Base. There was no Piedmont in there. Just a blank back, a Wood, and another Ohtani variation. I don't know what to do with my hands. Gunnar Henderson, Roger Clemens, Derek Jeter, Dwight Gooden, Travis Swaggerty, Prince Fielder, Tim Raines, Adley Rutschman, Byron Buxton, and Javier Baez. Piedmont and a Polar Bear. That seems to just be the basic pack. Maybe no image variations. Maybe I'll find some later. This is just a nuts of a break. Bryce Harper, McCutchen, flagback. Jordan Groshans, Larry Doby, Joey Votto, Rafael Palmeiro, Eugenio Suarez, Cody Bellinger, Julio Rodriguez, Barry Zito, and Bo Naylor rookie. Piedmont. And again, this is one I have not seen. Tolstoy, Russian brand, Bryce Harper. This is by far the most variations they've ever had in a single series. So I'm curious if some of these print runs, I feel like they're going to be relatively rare. Brian Serven, Al Kaline, Carlos Rodon, Tristan Casas, Justin Verlander, Brett Beatty, J.P. Crawford, Spencer Strider, Brian Wilson, and Jeff McNeil. Piedmont, and a UZIT. 3 more boxes to go. Whatever is in here is in here. This has been, I wouldn't say one of the best, like, 206 breaks I've had. I would rank this as potentially one of the best breaks I've ever had. Just because of the pure rarity. I don't know if I've ever pulled 2 1-of-1s. That's not true. Finest flashbacks, but those were like in 20 box breaks. This is 10 boxes. I feel like this is a pretty standard breaks. Brandon Crawford, Corbin Carroll flag variation, Ronald Acuna Jr., Andrew McCutcheon, William Contreras, Nolan Arenado, Matthew Libator, Jared Walsh, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Evan Longoria, and Seiya Suzuki. Piedmont and a Morton back on that Crawford. Sorry to all the diehard 206 people. I got your shipment. I know this was meant for you. Harmon Killebrew, Dustin Pedroia, Zach Greinke, Francisco Lindor, Ketel Marte, Tony Gwynn, Lou Piniella, Ron Guidry, Alex Verdugo, and Jazz Chisholm. Piedmont and a polar bear. Pretty standard. Zach Greinke just went flying. Michael Harris II. That looks exactly like the other one. So I don't think the other one was a variation. I think it was just out of order. Byron Buxton, Joe Musgrove, Buddy Kennedy, Bartolo Colon, Brandon Marsh, Hunter Brown, George Springer, Mel Ott, Sonny Gray, and Rafael Devers. Piedmont, Buxton flag, polar bear. So I think that Michael Harris was simply out of order. Javier Assad, another wood. Some guy named Derek Jeter this time. Assad is a polar bear. Derek Jeter, wood. Josh Young, Xander Bogaerts, David Cone, Kyle Wright, Chris Bryant, Stephen Kwan, Luis Robert, and Kodai Senga. I paused when I was looking at the back of that Josh Young because it is not a variation back. I thought there'd be a second one, but I guess not. No Piedmont in that one. Just another wood. That's all. 3 woods so far. All right, box 9. Pack 1 of box 9. Buster Posey. 205 insert of Kodai Senga. Josh Hader. Oswaldo Cabrera. Anthony Rendon. Manny Machado. Kip Ryan Hayes. Alex Bregman. Fred Lynn. Mike Stanton. And Tony Oliva. I just called this guy Mike Stanton. I haven't called him Mike Stanton in about 15 years. Not really. Probably since, what, 2014? Piedmont, Kodai Senga, and then the UZIT on the Buster Posey. Shintaro Fujinami, Spencer Steer, Michael Massey, Ted Williams, Lee Smith, Mookie Betts, Honus Wagner. So maybe that Honus Wagner is just part of the set, and I got lucky on the first one I saw was a Use It Back. Ian Happ, Clayton Kershaw, and Matt Chapman. Piedmont and a polar bear for those two. Pretty straightforward. I want to say it was 2021 maybe that Honus Wagner was just randomly inserted and it was rare. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I have that penciled in my memory for some reason. Phil Niekro, Michael Harris, flags in the background. Ahmed Rosario, Kyle Schwarber, Ricky Henderson, Cecil Fielder, Jordan Alvarez, Josh Naylor, Mike Yastrzemski, Tyler Glasnow, and George Brett. Piedmont and Carolina Brights on the Phil Niekro. Blake Snell, Vinny Pasquantino, Wilson Contreras, Nico Horner, Jacob deGrom, Mark McGwire, O'Neal Cruz, Jack Flaherty, Paul Goldschmidt, Joey Meneses, Piedmont, Polar Bear. To round out box 9. Box 10, I feel ridiculously greedy saying, hey, let's see one more auto, but the odds do say 1 in 3 boxes, so a third one would be cool. But I have 2 1-of-1s. I can shut my trap. Wild, wild stuff. All right, last box. Here we go. Kenley Jansen. All right. It happened. Tim Wakefield. One of my favorite players to watch growing up. Bo Bichette. George Brett. Josh Naylor. Zach Greinke. Randy Johnson. Shintaro Fujinami. Dustin Pedroia. Oswaldo Cabrera. And Tyler Glasnow. There's the American National back, Piedmont Bichette, on the Kenley Jansen. So the only other American National back I saw was on the Ohtani from earlier. So, yeah, I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. Michael Harris. There's another American National. 2 in this box. We had 1 in the 9 other boxes, 2 in this one. Mookie Betts, 205. Clayton Kershaw. Javier Assad, rookie. Brett Beatty. Brandon Marsh. Justin Verlander. Josh Young. Phil Niekro. Brandon Nimmo. And Alex Bregman. Piedmont, Mookie, and Michael Harris, American National back. Vinny Pasquantino, Adley Rutschman, Miguel Vargas, Brandon Crawford, Fred Lynn, Javier Baez, Andy Pettitte, Luis Robert Jr., Clayton Kershaw, Ron Guidry, and Rafael Devers. Piedmont, Rutschman, Polar Bear. So when you guys sort these, how do you sort them? Because we did a break. I'll try and link it, I guess, in the corner here. We did a 300-box break. Or maybe it was 250-box break of the 2020 5 series. We did 50 boxes of each. We did a player break. It was fantastic, but sorting it was tough. Another Honus Wagner, Jazz Chisholm, Dylan Carlson, Shohei Ohtani, Joe Musgrove, Mark McGwire, Carlos Rodon, Christopher Morel, Francisco Lindor, Brian Wilson, and Don Mattingly. Piedmont, and another UZIT Honus Wagner? That's kind of weird, right? The other one was UZIT also? At least it was Honus Wagner. Good problem to have. 3 autos, 2 Honus Wagner UZIT, 2 1-of-1s, 2 Shohei Ohtani image variations. Absolutely ridiculous break. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment below what you thought of this break and how you did in your 206 breaks.